of all, let's get into this hair. Let's get into this hair. And guess who's at it? Me. I did my hair. So happy to be back, y'all. Your girl's back. I promise I'm gonna upload as much as I can. I promise to stay. I promise. Y'all, I'm back. It's your girl Shakira, but you could call me Kara. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, thank you to the new subscribers. I love you. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all, and I'm so happy to be back. Anyway, so y'all, I moved. Little old me, I moved. Y'all, it's almost October, November, December, January, February, March. It's 6 months. No, it's not 6 months yet. It's almost 6 months. It's almost 6 months. Y'all, almost 6 months ago. Okay, let me get into the background of the story. Y'all, so in 2018, God told me I was moving. Now, he told me this during the fast. During this fast, I got my prayer language and God revealed my state that I was moving to. Now, I was kind of playing around, but this is why you shouldn't be playing with God. Like, because he gonna tell you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You asked him, he's gonna tell you. So I was playing. I was like, all right, God, what new city? No, I was like, what new location you want me to go to? Now, I'm not fully expecting an answer right away. I'm just playing, right? Why did God give me the state I was moving to during the fast? The same fast that I asked him on was the same fast he gave me an answer. I was like, yo, not only do you hear me, big man, you answer me quick. Like, I was kidding. Y'all, then I go to the conference that I was going to, and it's in Dallas, Texas, and I love Dallas. I'm like, yo, God, you must have been kidding. It's Dallas. You want me to move to Texas? I was like, that's why I came to this conference, because you want me to move here. I ain't hear that. I knew I didn't hear that. I knew I didn't hear that state. I was tripping. It's Dallas, Texas. Y'all, I pull up to the train early. Pull up to the plane early. And I was like an hour early. And I see a cousin there. And I'm like, hey, cousin, we talking. I get back to reading the book that we was reading that month. And something prompts me to look up. I look up. And when I say cousin, I mean the 16th cousin. You know. But anyway, I look up, and why is it the city? It's a city of the state that I moved to. At this point, I'm like, so I wasn't bugging. I'm having a whole moment at the airport, y'all. I'm like, so I wasn't bugging, and you did say move. So, cause y'all, you have to understand how quick stuff is happening. So I arrived to the airport, and I get to see more. Before I arrived to the airport, I get to see more of Dallas, Texas, because I was with a few people who were at the conference, and we went out to eat in the morning. Not only did we go out to eat, we went out to go see, we went to the Potter's house, TD Jakes church. So I am getting like a full Dallas like experience that I wanted. And I'm talking with God during my arrival time at the airport, like walking through the airport. I'm just talking to him like, oh God, it gotta be Dallas, Texas that you said move to. It gotta be Texas. Like, it gotta be somewhere in Texas you want me to move, because I like Texas. Like, this is nice. Y'all know that video? The whole, this is nice. I I don't see no roaches here or nothing. Like, I'm on that type. Like, Tiffany Haddish all the way. I'm there. I'm like that. Y'all, I get to my seat, look up, and I don't ever look up. I just wait for the people to tell me that my flight is on time or if it's not on time. That's all I wait for. I don't look up to see the arriving plane that's coming in. I don't do that. That's not me. Why did I look up? Holy Spirit prompted me to look up. That's why I looked up. Look up, and I see the city of the state that I'm moving to. So now I'm having a moment with myself. Like, so I did hear that state. I'm like, but I don't even know nobody out there. I'm like, I don't even know nobody out there. God want me to move there. I don't even know nobody out there. So I'm having a moment. I still get on my plane to go home to New York City, and I'm thinking about it. And when I get to New York City, y'all, why from 2018, because that's when the conference was, from 2018 all the way to 2021, when I was still living in New York City, why did I see the state and the city that I saw on that, looking up on that plane, looking up at that airport? Why did I always see that the state and the city that I'm currently in now? Why have I, ever since 2018, I've kept seeing the state and the city from 2018 all the way to 2021 till I moved here. And it'll be random times. And I'm like, God, clearly you're making it clear that I'm moving there. So after 2019, I started getting a little anxious. I'm like, all right, because if I'm gonna move, I need to just do this, because I don't want fear to get in the way. Because fear used to have me in a, okay, it used to have me. But no more, because God does not give you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. Keep saying that scripture. If you, seriously though, if you deal with the spirit of fear a lot in your life, keep saying that scripture of yourself. God does not give you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So I used to say that scripture all the time after this experience, really. And I was just like, if I need to, 2019, I'm like, if I gotta move, I'm just gonna move now, because I mean, I gotta do this before fear try to get in the way. Because God told me to do it, and I want to be obedient, and I don't want to be disobedient, and I don't want to delay in my life. Like, all of this is going on my head, right? So I'm like, okay. I get to, it's in 2019, and I'm applying for positions in the city, in the state. I'm doing everything. No answer from nobody. I'm looking at apartments. The apartments is not apartmenting, okay? Apartmenting. Y'all, bear with me. I'm just so happy to be back and tell this story, tell this testimony. I'm playing, but seriously, y'all, the apartments is not, it is not given. So I'm like, all right, must not be this year. I get 2020, the pandemic, quarantine, all of that happens. I'm like, I'm clearly not moving this year either. Clearly this is not the year either. So, and then I get let go from a position that I was in New York City. In this position, I actually really like this position because it was people who I like being around. Like, it was just so easy, it seemed like everybody was nice, everybody was cool, everybody, people looked like me there, and I was just super excited to just be in this position. It was a lot of women, and I was so happy because people always say like women can't work together, and we all worked well together. So I just loved it. Then I ended up getting let go during that position because of course, everything that was happening during 2020. Then 2021 rolls around. I decide that I'm going to live my best life. I decide that I'm not going to let a position that was good just get me down and out. That I'm going to wait on God. That I'm going to, be happy with what I have now. That was in 2021. That was literally what I said to myself. That God give me the grace to enjoy my life. Also because it was a lot that we saw in 2020, right? We saw a lot of people passing away. We saw people getting sick. We saw just a lot happening. And it made me grateful for, despite my situations, it made me grateful for life. So I decided that I was going to explore New York City, and that's what y'all saw me do. And it was a great experience. I guess in that, God realized that he can entrust me with my move. So I ended up applying for positions in New York City and in my new state. And I ended up getting several job offers in New York City. So this was why I was like, well, dang, God, what stuff is coming through if you want me to move? Like, oh, no. And these are positions that I would usually jump at. Like, I would have usually jumped at these positions, but it just was not, it was not sitting well with me. Like, I do not know, it was just not sitting well with me for these positions, for me to go forth in these positions. It just was not sitting well with me, y'all. And I decided on a lot of positions that I just did not take it. I didn't take the job offer. And it got down to this one job offer where I was being offered a certain amount of money that I have not been offered before. And I was like, I really don't want to do this position, but the money is looking right. I said, this is how I speak with God. I said, God, I need a position to open up in the city, in the state that you need me to move to. I'm going to apply. I'm still going to apply. I'm going to hold them off as long as I can, and I'm still going to apply and move forth in searching for something in the city and state that you gave me. So I started applying for things in my new city, in my new state. And I'm holding off on these people as long as I can. And it comes to the conference again that I usually go to every year. If you know, you know. And during this conference, God is speaking. God is speaking about being obedient, speaking about not letting fear grip you up. Just a lot of stuff. God is talking. And I'm like, okay. I ended up getting the offer while I was at the conference. And they sent over the offer letter, and they like, once you fill out this offer letter, everything is like, it's good. We can move forward with the position. My supervisor is talking to me. Everything is just, I'm like, yo. Y'all, I'm like, this is unbelievable. But still, I'm just like, even though I spoke to God about, hey God, if I'm not supposed to take this position in New York City, let something open up in the state that you gave me. I'm still just not so much convinced, right? I'm like, I don't know if God's telling me right now. Y'all, I get back, it's like the last day of the conference. I'm like, okay, God, I'll go home tomorrow. I need you to make it so clear to me that this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if you're gonna make it clear to me today. I don't know if you're gonna make it clear to me while I'm on my plane ride. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I need you to make it so clear to me that this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm supposed to move now. Y'all, I get off of my plane. I take my bus, because I get off at LaGuardia, and you take a bus to the train, to the F train, and you go home. That's what I was doing. So, my usual, getting off of the plane, going to catch my bus to go to the train. I sit down, grab my one-seater, sat down in the front row of the bus. You know, the front seating area. I sat down in the front seat area because you have your front seating area, you have your back. I sat down in the front. Got my one-seater, my one little seat. Put my bags down on my phone. Something prompts me to get up and move to the back. I'm like, why I feel like just move to the back? I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna just move to the back. I'm gonna put my bag on my seat, and that's just what it's gonna be. Maybe I feel more comfortable back there. So I go to the back. So yeah, I go to the back, and I make eye contact with a woman who is getting on the back of the bus, because at this time New York City just was like, you know, it's free from the airport or whatever. So she ends up getting on the back of the bus, And I look at her, you know, make eye contact with her. She smiles. I have my mask on, so I couldn't, like, she couldn't see my smile back. So, but I'm still trying to figure out why did she smile at me? Like, you know, like New York City, and New York City is kind of like, some people smile, some people don't. So I'm like, why she smile at me? Anyway, so she sits down, and I'm back on my phone, you know, getting ready to post something. I end up like, cause it was raining, so I end up looking out my window, and I love scenery, y'all. I love a good scenery, like, love it. So it's raining, and I'm looking at the stuff, like, I'm just enjoying, like, looking at my side of my window. Her side of the window was over there, so I look at her side of the window, and I'm just looking, like, as the bus, you know, keeps going, and then I just look over, and happen to look down, and I look at her sweatpants. Yeah, guess what the sweatpants say? The sweatpants says the state that I'm moving to. If I could have threw my phone on that bus, I would have, because it was confirmation. And I was like, I don't ever see nobody with those type of sweatpants on. Like, you see sweatpants where people have maybe the Adidas logo, maybe like Adidas going down the side of the pants. You might see Brooklyn going down the side of a sweatpants, but you don't ever see the state going down the side of the sweatpants. I wanted to ask her, because I moved, because you know, now I'm like, all right, I am moving. Now I want to ask her if she ever went to a school out there. Like, I'm like, is you telling me that I need to ask her a question? Like, what is going on? So I get over there. We get to the train station. She ends up getting off the same stop I get off. I like was walking behind her. I'm like, dang, should I stop her? Ask her, has she ever been to this state before? Like, what should I do? But she ended up walking mad fast. I was like, I ain't following her. I got a suitcase. I'm not following her. But it just makes sense of me asking God, okay, God, if this is the move for me, let me know. He lets me know. I don't realize it at that time, because I'm still just stuck on, am I supposed to talk to her? Like, am I supposed to come out of my shell and speak to her, ask her about, you know, the state, like, what is it like over there, or what? But I don't ask her. I just get on my train, and I go home. When I get home, y'all, why? I don't know how I could put this, but why God makes it just so clear that it's time to move now. Like, a situation at home is taking place. It's personal, so I'm not gonna say what it is. But I was just like, oh God, you want me to move now? Not only did I see the girl with the sweatpants on, but the state that I'm moving to, but you talking about like now. So I start preparing myself. I accept the job offer, and I move to my new city. It's so nice out here, y'all. Like, I know people like would say stuff about this place, but I personally do not see it that way. And I don't know if God has given me a lens to see this place through his eyes, but I really do believe in about 5 years, this place is gonna be the place to be. I do believe that God is up to something with this city, this state. I do not know what it is, but I'm excited to be here for it. I'm excited to see what God is doing. I still don't know everything that he has moved me out here for, but I'm just super excited, y'all. I'm super thankful. Like, I also got to tell y'all about like my apartment situation. Like, so I'm looking for my apartment during the time because the conference was September. So I'm looking from September, all of September. I'm looking like, where am I supposed to move? It wasn't until like a week before that it was like 2 weeks before I was supposed to move, that I end up applying for the apartment that I'm in now, and solidifying the apartment that I'm in now and everything like that. but God, I had to wait on God to give me the place that I want, because I'm still looking, and the apartments are not apartmenting. Like, the apartments just are not giving. And I'm like, but God, like, you telling me to move out here. Like, it's on you, Jesus. Like, you got to show me where to go, because I personally don't know. I know nothing about this place. I wish I would have been able to come out here prior to really explore this place apartment wise. And I'm just gonna say, one of my videos is in the state that I moved to. Anyway, during that visit though, I did not explore apartments. So I wish I would have did that during that visit, but I did not. And so now I'm just stuck, like, where you want me to move to? Because I didn't go out there looking at apartments. I just went out there to make sure, like, this is the place you want me to move or whatever like that. And God was like, okay, so this is how it happened. I had to go, because the position that I apply for, I always need to go do like some medical stuff before. So like, you have to go get, the PPP reading. You got to go get all these different things. So I had to go do that. But what was the funniest thing is, in New York City, there was no place that I could go to. Only the place was in Jersey City. Now, prior, and this is something interesting, like, God just works every little piece out. I had already been to Jersey because I was evangelizing in Jersey with my cousin before she had moved. So I had to go out to Jersey to get to the testing site to get everything done for the position in my new state. So God already had me to know how to get to Jersey and maneuver through Jersey without feeling like I'm a sore thumb or something like that. So like, I didn't know the exact location that it was at, but I knew how to get on the train and get out there. So I ended up going to Jersey, and this place starts sticking out to me. This street name starts sticking out to me. And this is must how God is speaking to me in this season, right? So this place name just starts sticking out to me. And I'm like, why this place name keeps sticking out to me? Because I'm still apartment hunting, y'all. So I'm still like, why this place name keeps sticking out to me? And because I'm starting to get familiar with how God is speaking to me, I'm like, is that where God want me to move? Like, is it apartment with that name on it? Like, what is going on? So I started like searching again. I went on apartments.com and I'm starting to search again. And I'm like, all right, let me see if I can find something with his name. And I don't find nothing at first. So then I started doing a filter of like the amount that I want to pay for the apartments. And then that's when this name pops up. And I'm like, yo, God, you funny. I'm like, yo, God, you are hilarious with how you're speaking to me right now. So I ended up going to the thing and applying for this apartment. They ended up getting back to me. I ended up calling them, they ended up getting back to me, telling me how to apply, and everything. And I ended up getting the apartment. They ended up telling me, okay, this is my moving date and everything like that. So y'all, I literally moved in of October 2021, and I have been here for almost 6 months, and I love it. I love exploring a new city. I love my own independence. And I'm really just growing so much within these past 6 months. Like, I would have never been able to really do my hair like this in New York City, because it would have been accessible for me to just go find somebody to do this simple style. It would have been so accessible for me to just go find somebody to do it, because I would have felt like, I don't know if I know how to do it. I don't know if I know how to lay my hair well enough. Like, I don't know. But this move has forced me to do a lot by myself and depend on myself, and not getting in my feelings of like saying I can't do it when I know that I can. So it really has helped me to just like step into Shakira. And that is the story of my move. I'm super happy. I'm super blessed. I'm super thankful. Y'all, I wish I could show y'all around this apartment for real. I might give y'all a little tour. I don't know, because like I said, I'm still new. Like, I didn't really even want to give y'all my city and state for real. If y'all figure it out, y'all did. yeah, I'm eventually show y'all, but right now I'm still just adjusting, getting familiar, and I need to know how to maneuver around here before I just start, telling where I live. And I don't know if I want to show y'all my apartment yet, but it's really not even fixed up to how I want it to be fixed up yet anyway, to even show y'all. But I wish I could show y'all because I wish I could see this view. If y'all have to, there's a lesson in this. And I'm not telling y'all this just to be like, hey, I moved, oh my gosh, look at it. I'm telling y'all this because if you are obedient to what God tells you to do, he literally works everything out for you. I don't think I ever told God, I mean, I think I said it maybe playfully, but I don't think I ever said I want a nice view when I move. I don't think that was on my list. But God knows me so well that in my obedience, he was going to give me more than what I even asked for. Y'all, I hope y'all really understand the true testimony in this, and the true word in this is really just being obedient to the voice of God. I was in a season of delay when I was not obedient to God, because I wasn't obedient and being, of listening, because I was not obedient and listening to God. There's a lot of delay in my life that happened. If I'm being honest, there's a lot of delay. But even in that delay, God was blessing me, and even in that delay, he allowed me to learn certain things. And now I try to be as obedient as I could. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect, but I'm still working on being obedient to God. And I promise you, in your obedience is your answers. In your obedience is way more than you could have ever asked for from God. Like, he just works stuff out because he know you as his child, and he just works stuff out. He works stuff out to the point where you just be like, yo, God, you are amazing. Like, literally, I should have been did this. If I'm honest, I should have been being obedient. I should have been being obedient, because if this is what you was gonna give me, what's next? What else do I gotta be obedient for? Because I'm ready. Jesus. So yes, y'all, I really just want y'all to take away from the story is obedience is way better than sacrifice. Please be obedient. Be obedient to the voice of God when he tells you to do something. No matter what it looks like. I mean, people was looking at me like, girl, you doing what? You moving how many miles away? For what? Because you heard God? And I'm looking at them like, yeah, I heard Jesus tell me to move in 2018. So he been preparing me for this. Yeah, so I'm finna do it now. It makes sense. Why not? Like, literally, that's all I could just think was, why not? Why not move? After a year like 2020, 2021, why not? Like, why not? I'd rather move knowing that I was obedient to God's voice than to not move and be stuck in a place of delay and feeling like I don't know what I'm doing, because that's what was happening in New York City. Honestly, I was like, I'm gonna enjoy 2021 because of a year like 2020. I'm gonna enjoy this, but I still don't know what I'm doing, Jesus. Like, and I was becoming frustrated and a little bit angry, and I was sleeping a lot and doing all this other stuff. And now here, y'all, I do not sleep past, I really wake up at 9 a.m. and I do not just sleep. Like, I want to do stuff. Like, I want to record a video. I want to record a reels. Like, I want to do stuff. Like, I'm just so happy to just get up and do something. So y'all, please be obedient. If y'all don't take nothing away from this, take away the obedience part, okay? I love y'all. I'm gonna be back with some more videos. God willing, I'm gonna be back with more videos. I got a few things that I want to talk to y'all about, sit down with y'all about, just about like moving and all of this stuff. If y'all have any questions in the comment section, please ask. I will answer them in other videos. But it is a video that I want to do just like things of like you need to know before moving. So that's gonna be my next video, God willing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love y'all.
Get away, chase beach views and every day. All I wanna